Clock is on, and you're just gonna hold it in place. If you can hold that leg up with the hip flexor without the band or the shirt, even if it's a challenge, if you can hold it, do not use any assistance. If you're not able to hold it in that fully flexed position, then use just as much assistance as you need to keep it in that spot. Welcome back to the MS Workouts channel. I'm Jeff Gotte, and in today's video, we will focus on the vital area of your body that oftentimes gets neglected, the hip flexors. If one of your goals is to be able to lift your leg higher, then you gotta strengthen this area in your body. And that is what I'm gonna help you do today. Everyone, I am thrilled to inform you that we have expanded our offerings into including the option to rent individual mini courses for your particular symptoms that you're focusing on. We understand that not everyone may be ready right away to commit to the steadypace membership club. And we want to make sure that our resources are accessible to as many individuals as possible in multiple different ways. To explore those available courses and start renting them today and getting the results I know you want, simply visit www.msworkouts.com and click the rental button located at the top of the page. There are no auto renewals for these rentals. And once you make the purchase, you can access your course through our site by signing in with your account that you create. If you have any questions, then don't hesitate to reach out to us at team@msworkouts.com. We are always here to help. Let's execute the dynamic steadypace hip flexor set. We're going to use a band or a shirt, towel, something to assist you to that starting position. And you're going to utilize it if you need so during the exercise set. We're going to go to the starting position after taking a seat in a chair, scooting forward, sliding the band underneath your leg up into the crease. You're going to assist yourself to full flexion of the hip. You're then going to start to give the weight of the femur or leg back to the hip flexor. If you can hold the weight of the leg without using any assistance, do so. If you need to use a little bit of assistance, that's what the band or the towel is for. Meet your body where it's at. Initiate movement down for 7. Clock is on. The ideal tempo is 7 seconds each direction. The key here, though, is to keep continuous and uninterrupted loading. So at the bottom, just before we reach the ground, we're going to pause without disengaging, and without momentum, head back up slowly. We're isolating the hip flexor, moving through a full range of motion, taking what your body allows you to take. Pause at top, heading down. Muscle failure is the goal. We're exercising here, meaning we're trying to send a progressively overloaded signal with enough intensity prompt change. Heading back up for 6. 5, going past that 30-second mark as you come to the top, breathing freely, squeeze, and then heading back down. Next effort takes us past 45 seconds. This is gonna help you lift that leg higher, going up steps, lifting your leg through your gait, all for a very deliberate purpose. Shaking, rattling, rolling is perfectly natural. That's the challenge. Pause at top, heading down. We're going past 60 seconds for the next effort and getting ready to head into the exhaust range, which is the final 30 seconds of the exercise. And you should reach muscle failure. When you get to the point where you can no longer continue to move slowly, you get to that point, continue with your best effort as if your leg was moving for a good 2 to 3 seconds, then slowly ease out knowing you successfully did it, and then just jump in, continue on for the remainder with your best effort. All right, we're in the exhaust range. This one's taking us past the 115 mark. Just your best effort. Muscle failure is the goal. Notice I'm starting to see a shake, a rattle, a roll. All right, final effort. This one here is gonna take us past the 1:30 mark. So this is our last opportunity to reach muscle failure. Exaggerate your pace, let the muscle work, take what you can. It is still moving, my form's starting to deteriorate, but I'm still moving. I'm gonna keep giving my best effort, and completed. Slowly starting to lower. Notice I said, and completed, and I didn't say success, because I didn't reach muscle failure. You guessed it, it's time to record your outcome now. First thing we're going to do in the first column is put the exercise, hip flexion dynamic technique set. The resistance is body weight in this category. Time, I reached 1:30. If you successfully reach muscle failure, you're gonna write down the time at which you reached failure. That is success. In the outcome, you're going to write, you do not need to increase the difficulty, or okay. If you completed it like I did and it says 1:30, then you need to indicate that you need to increase the difficulty next time by adding resistance to the end of that femur so you're progressively challenging the body and successfully reaching muscle failure. Is the MS Workout Steady Pace Club really worth the money? This is a question that we get a lot, and it's an important one for you to ask yourself, so let's talk about it. The average price of a membership at a big gym is anywhere between $40 to $70 per month, and that does not include personal training or even group classes. Depending on your insurance and where you live, an average session with a physical therapist costs anywhere between $50 to $175 per session. Each session is usually about an hour long with no time afterwards for questions. The average cost of a personal trainer in the US is anywhere between $40 to $80 per session, and that trainer may not have a clue what MS is or how to help you specifically manage it or reduce those symptoms. Now, let's compare those options to our steadypace membership club. The average membership of our steadypace club is only $39 per month, but here's what you're gonna get. Symptom-specific workout classes for foot drop, hip flexors, weak grip, balance, and much more on a weekly basis. Weekly live workout classes, that's what I said, live workout classes by our trainers so you can perfect your form and make sure the intensity and specificity is there to develop the results you're looking for. Weekly live Q&As where we have time to help you answer your questions. It's with myself and our team so we can connect directly and make sure you're dialed in. Support groups so you can be uplifted when you're feeling down by individuals that are living with MS just like you. Stretch classes for when you're feeling tight and you need that active rest recovery in specific areas. Recovery classes like yoga and our proprietary movement drills that are going to allow you to increase the oxygenated blood flow on a daily basis and not only maintain, but improve your health. Instant access to our MS Online Progress Journal, which is an awesome tool to help you track your progress in real time with charts and easy to use functions. And let me say for a second, it's not just about the price. We have delivered real results to thousands of people since we began in 2017. Clients like Larry, who retired his AFO. Others like Valerie, who is no longer relying on her walker. Nicole, for example, can now grocery shop on her own. All of these clients achieve their goals by strengthening their bodies and neuromuscular system through a science-based steadypace technique, and you can do the same. We're going to now execute that second exercise that's going to help you walk up those stairs better and ultimately strengthen these hip flexors. It's going to be an isometric or metabolic hip flexion. You're going to take a resistance band, shirt, or towel. We're going to slide it underneath the leg after you've taken a seat in a chair, and we're going to statically hold this. So what we're going to do, what that means is you're going to lift as high as we can. You're going to slowly start to give the weight of the leg back to the hip flexor, very similar to that dynamic set clock is on, and you're just going to hold it in place. If you can hold that leg up with the hip flexor without the band or the shirt, even if it's a challenge, if you can hold it, do not use any assistance. If you're not able to hold it in that fully flexed position, then use just as much assistance as you need to keep it in that spot. The goal here, when we're targeting this hip flexor in this isometric set, is to reach muscle failure. We're getting ready to go past that 30-second mark here. Muscle failure on this exercise is simply when you can no longer hold the leg in this fully contracted position. So when you start to lose the ability to stay at this exact position, notate the time that's on the clock that you have started, okay? We're going past the 45-second mark. Remind yourself, because the discomfort is climbing right now, it's heightening, that this is going to strengthen your hip flexor, allow you to walk up and down stairs more effectively, get in and out of the car more effectively, lift that leg. When you reach muscle failure, successfully lower the leg, notate the time, and then just jump back in with your best effort. We're in the exhaust range, past that 30-second mark. Now I'm slowly starting to lose the ability to stay at the top. I know it, I'm starting to lose 1:10 or 1:10 rather. I said 1:10, 1:10, shake it out. I'm notating the time. Success, I did it. I'm back to the starting position. I'm gonna give my best effort the remainder of these about 10 seconds, notating in my brain, 1:10, because I need to record it afterwards because we're being measured like a scientist, right? Breathing freely, calming the mind, 2 more seconds. Whoo, gonna have to disengage again, and 1. Success, I did it. I reached muscle failure at the 1:10 mark. Okay, it's time for one of the most important aspects of your exercise, to measure the outcome. First column, exercise. This is a hip flexion, metabolic or isometric set. The resistance we used was my body weight. If you used a resistance, then record the resistance there. Time. I successfully reached muscle failure. I did it, right? At the 1:10 mark. I'm gonna write 1:10 right here, because then I know next time I come to this exercise that my goal with body weight is to beat that 110 mark with proper form, obviously, okay? I'm going to write okay because I don't need to increase the difficulty. If you completed the entirety of the set, then you need to write a plus there and indicate that you need to increase the difficulty next time. If you used very heavily that assistance with the band or the towel and you completed it, next time make a notation to yourself to use less of that band, to challenge the hip flexor greater, because ultimately that's what's going to allow you to see the best results. Execute these exercises on both sides. Don't just target the side that you're weak at right now. Make sure you're giving yourself at least 48 hours between. Depends on your recovery ability and time. And during the time between your exercise sessions, utilize active rest recovery. If you don't know what active rest recovery is, click the link that I'm providing below. It's going to give you an active rest modality so that you can execute it and get the most out of the exercise process. If you have questions, let us know. Understand and realize that when you apply this science-based technique and these exercises at a high intensity followed by the recovery, you will see a difference and an increase in strength in your hip flexor and therefore improved function when it comes to going up and down stairs, getting out of cars. And that is why we exist on this channel, for you and your strength. Our YouTube channel is a great place to start gaining strength, but if you want to get serious about reducing your symptoms and getting results, then you need to be on a weekly structured strength training program with other individuals just like you. And that's exactly what we offer at MS Workouts through our membership. Click the link in the video or below the video to learn how our membership can help you achieve your goals. And while you're on the website, make sure you sign up for the no-cost 7-day strength camp so you can experience how we can help you do the things that you love to do with more confidence. See you all next week.